Apparently, according to 6 Cars, this 911's got 1,000 horsepower. It's like a GTS with like a twin turbo kit. Sounds like it. Ooh, Carrera GT in yellow. Guys, it's Sunday morning and the original plan today was to go to Detroit to see a McLaren F1. But last night I decided to change the plans because the only good car at the show in Detroit really would have been the McLaren F1. Instead, we're staying in Toronto. There's a Yorkville Exotic Car Show and there's some insane cars that I'm already getting pictures of that are being set up at the show right now. We're in the 1991 NSX. Gonna drive down there right now, and hopefully my decision to miss a McLaren F1 for whatever shows up today is gonna be worth it. But follow along, let's find out. But yeah, we have a friend's NSX for the next month or so, and I decided to drive it a little bit this weekend. This car is weirdly, like, for a car this old, you know, it's a 1991. It's still so solid. It feels like as well built as a modern car. But don't worry, we are gonna do a review on this car while I have it. But for now, let's go to the show. But all the cars getting in here, we're parked here. Low-key, we look like we fit, but we're not going into the show. 360 right here. I think it's a gated manual. Yes, it is. Another 360 Spider. And weirdly, I feel like you don't really see the 360 Spiders anymore. And also another gated manual. Pretty cool double gated manual Spiders. Pretty cool M8 Grand Coupe, but the white wheels are what does it for me. And a McLaren 12C Spider. And we got a new one right here. This is a new Veyron to the city. I hope it's in the city, but deep plates. This car was sold by RM Sotheby's. Very cool to see that we're starting to pick up on some Bugatti inventory in Toronto. Before, there was maybe one Veyron when we first started car spotting. Now there's a bunch of Chirons, Veyrons, different specs. Very cool to see. This one has like the burgundy interior, which personally I'm not a huge fan of, but the color combo is pretty nice. I think it's probably an 08 16.4. I love this thing. Honestly, I hope we see it driving around. Then a pretty cool Ferrari F12. These you don't see a lot anymore, but look at this white Scuderia, gold wheels. Honestly, it even looks lower. This thing looks slammed to the ground. But the Scuds are just great cars. Yeah, the F12 is just such a good car. It looks so good, but people kind of forgot about them because the A12 kind of overshadowed it big time. But man, look at this Veyron. I just love seeing a Bugatti in Toronto. And look at this Rosso Dino Ferrari F12. I love Rosso Dino. I love the F12. It's a perfect combination. Then a yellow 996 Turbo. Again, looks great. Then a matte white McLaren 720S Spider. Pretty good, but we got a Veyron in the lineup. We got a Scud in the background, and we got a gated Murcielago in orange 03. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, I need everybody on my channel to make sure to tell him that he does not get a Huracan. So all the supercars there have to go roll into the show, but we're gonna go find somewhere to park. Now, cool fact that I actually just remembered, my first time ever car spotting was actually during the Yorkville Exotic Car Show. It was the first time I came down here to car spot. We went to check out the show. We went to look for some cars. I think we saw Murcielago and some other stuff. And it's cool that now today, probably 10 or 11 years later, I'm driving an NSX today to do that, which never would have expected, but still doing it, still loving it. And you know, like, I don't think it's anything I'm gonna ever stop doing. It's my favorite thing to do. So we just parked the NSX, and as soon as we park, first car to pass by, Huracan STO in matte red. Oh, and 6 cars screaming out of nowhere. Just heard that voice. So we saw a bunch of Emiras in Montreal last week. So we got another one here, a nice Evora right behind it with another one again there, and another one. Ooh, Le Mans Detailing. It's our buddy Mina's shop. Didn't know he stickered up a whole Lotus Emira. And a Spree Turbo and another Emira. The amount of Lotuses here is pretty crazy. They even have their SUV right here. And this is something you do not see in Canada. Any TVR, you don't really ever see in Canada. So it's so sick to see. I actually saw it on the way here on Yonge Street. I love these things. Pretty cool GTR behind it. Speaking of a car you do not see in Canada, the Wiseman. I think this is an MF3. Honestly, I think this is probably the only one I've ever seen in North America. Outside of this, we only saw them in Germany when we were there last year. But this is so sick. So Mina from Le Mans Detailing is driving this Lotus Emira. I've never been in one. Let's hop in. Red interior and a Mina in the driver's seat. Let's see. Manual. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're rolling out. With a lineup of Lotuses. Didn't expect to be in this today, but this is pretty sick. A car I've never really known anything about. Look at this guy on a one-wheel thing. He was holding up his phone, filming the cars while riding whatever thing that is. Honestly, I feel like that will get more attention than the Lotuses. But yeah, now we're gonna roll in. Also, look at the plate on the blue one, safe 6-speed manual. Pretty cool. NSX And then look at this BMW Z1 with Alpina wheels, but the doors that go into the body. I love that thing. Ferrari 355. There's so many cars here. And now Mina's parking the car with all the other Lotuses. Pretty good lineup on Yorkville. There always is cars. Like I said, my first everyday car spotting was during the Yorkville Car Show. New 992 GT3 RS in matte silver and also an STO. Then one of 50, I believe, Pirelli edition Aventador Roadster. This is pretty sick. G63 with the monoblocks. Look at the color on this E63 and the rims are pretty sick. Pretty sick 599 right here. I'm kind of over green cars normally, but this is like a dark greenish with the wheels and it just honestly, whoever owns this, good job. But yeah, I haven't seen a Pirelli edition in a while. There used to be one driving around Toronto. I don't even know if this is the same car. We're talking 6-7 years ago. And now we see this one here, not the same driver. So I don't know if it's the same car, different owner, or if it's a different car that's new to the city. And the STO too, pretty sick, but kind of the two big track cars of today, the STO and the GT3 RS. Honestly, solid lineup. 911 the car in front of these two 930s and a slant nose right there. But the car's pretty cool, the off-road. I don't know if I would ever buy one. Nice ticket on it. And then we got a GT3 RS 991.2 and also the silver GT2 RS and a few Aventadors right over there. Aventador S Roadster and an S Coupe, but then an SVJ in purple. GT3 with a Martini livery. Aventador SV Roadster right here. Then this matte black Nissan GTR. Purple Chevy SSR. I love this thing. You never see them. 04. 992 GT3. This wasn't here before. Matte black Ferrari 48 Pista. It's even got the gloss black stripes. Pretty cool to see the pieces out and about. That's a pretty good spec. Blue STO, silver wheels, brown interior. Honestly, I respect the spec. Very low-key, subtle, like not too flashy, but such a good spec. I really, really like that. Tech Art 992 Turbo S. Has like a GT3 style hood. A lot of carbon fiber, like a lot of carbon fiber. Ooh, a red Alberta plate is pretty cool. M4 GTS. You never see these anymore. I think 800 made. The worst sound system of any car, fun fact. And Amin pulling in with the 4 GT and a Huracan Evo with him as well. We saw this in our last video, I think, going to Guelph. And he also came with a Huracan Evo. So the cool thing about this car is the previous owner had it from new and he put maybe, I don't know, I think it was like 1,200 kilometers on it. And now Amin is driving the hell out of this car the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. So this car, I think he's owned it for a few months and it's only been summer now. We didn't really own it last summer. So if you look, the cool thing about this specific one is it has 2,200 kilometers now. And before, I think he's done 1,000 kilometers in the last, few weeks pretty much. And he's got other cars. He's got the SVJ, he's got GT2 RS, Cullinan. So the fact that he's enjoying this car, we saw him driving it in the rain, like he does not care. He wants to enjoy the car. That's how it's supposed to be. At the end of the day, these cars are going to go above sticker forever, so who cares? But yeah, you got to enjoy this car. And the driving experience, you do not get a driving experience like this in any other car. And I don't know if you guys remember, probably most of you weren't there for it, but one of my first videos was a full review on a new 4 GT, not this one, another one. But it's like a LaFerrari level of driving experience. But honestly, it's for a quarter of the price, even though, it's still $1 million, but it's so much cheaper and you get such a hypercar level experience. And the Pista is leaving. GT3 RS and Huracan STO. So, cool thing about this 4 GT, you guys gotta know. So when I say Amin, my friend Amin that owns this car, first of all, Amin's pretty much been helping me with any car related stuff since I was 17 years old. I used to drive his Huracans, his Rolls Royce Phantoms, everything, home overnight. Like, my original exposure to driving supercars was because of him. He helped me out so much with everything I do. And what we just talked about now is he's going to ship this car to Car Week, and we're going to get to drive this car around Monterey at Car Week this year. It's going to be awesome to drive a car in this level around like the crazy streets around all the supercars. Like, I'm excited for that. I told him to come to Car Week for years. Last year, he finally came and he was like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing he's ever been to. He's going to ship his 4 GT this year, and we're going to get to drive it while we're there. It's going to be sick. That motorcycle just crashed, turning on. He just wiped out. And another NSX. Let's go. And here he goes in track mode. Absolute baller. And the Huracan as well. Spot of the year. Interesting front end on this R8 V10. Sounds pretty good though. We got a whole lot of 911s, slant nose 992 turbo, and then apparently, according to 6 Cars, this 911's got 1,000 horsepower. It's like a GTS with like a twin turbo kit. Sounds like it. Damn, okay. M4 GTS. Testarossa coming out of the show. F12. Another Tech Car Turbo, this one with a blue interior. Aventador SV Roadster. Had to come here and get a quick thumbnail with the 4 GT and the Huracan. V12 Vantage Roadster. Stuck in traffic. AMG GTR. And a Bentley, I don't know if, no, it's a Speed, not a Super Sport.
Drop the gear.
He's in gear 1. You put it reverse?
Yeah.
The Leap is on with 6 Cars. Everybody distracted by the show, but we just spotted a Senna. Let's go Leap it. And a 992 GT3 RS while we're on the way to see the Senna, which is somewhere in here. Let's go find it. Also STO. Turbo S Tech Car, but who cares because there is a McLaren Senna right there. Purple calipers, red accents, kind of interesting. But yeah, this is a disaster here. There's so many people. We thought we were like the only ones that saw it, but purple accents on the Senna, pretty cool. Honestly, this car's kind of been everywhere. Red writing on the wing with the purple accents doesn't make sense, but yeah, everybody's taking pictures with it. Lifts up, which is a little bit unfortunate. Look at this crowd, and this is nothing compared to the crowd over there that we just were at, but the Senna just draws so much attention. You can barely see it pull in. Terrible lighting, and it's black, so it doesn't really stick out, but it doesn't stop everybody from just coming out here and seeing the car. But absolutely wild. Purple calipers, but red writing. I think it's a little bit weird, but nevertheless, pretty cool car. I think the guy just got it recently and has been seen driving around non-stop, so respect to the owner for driving this car quite a bit. Carrera GT in yellow. The yellow Carrera GT, we did a video with this car like 2 years ago. Awesome car. CGT is going, but yeah, very cool owner. We did a video with this car about 2 years ago. Drives the car a lot, displays the car a lot. Awesome to see this car out. And the Chiron right here with Roheen driving.
Back, please. One step back, please. One step back.
And there goes the Chiron Sport. And look at this. The swarm of people. So at the Grand Touring booth, we have the Koenigsegg Regera. Unfortunately, wherever he is, I don't know where he went, but Nathaniel is too scared to talk on camera. So I'm gonna give Nathaniel the camera to walk around the car so you guys can see it, but he doesn't want to talk. So Nathaniel, wherever you are, come take the camera. He doesn't want to talk, but we're gonna shame him on camera right now. Take the camera, show the people the Koenigsegg.
Is he okay?
So guys, thank Nathaniel. Thank Nathaniel for the walk around. He didn't want to talk, but at least we got a walk around of the Koenigsegg. It has started. Right here. Koenigsegg is leaving, but we're gonna catch it before it gets on the truck. Ending off the day with a good old 991 GT2 RS Spot.